Hey! I've been feeling rather low of late and need something to raise my spirits. And I found this bag of joys. And I've had one of these since I was quite little. It's basically a bag that laughs at you. Let me just press the button. That's good. Now, those of you who are fans of King Crimson might recognise a little bit of that from the end of, is it Lark's Tongues in Aspic? Part 1, I don't know, probably. Something like that. It's off that album anyway. But they used that sound on there. But this thing is actually, if you look inside, this is an original one from, I would say, probably early 70s. It's a little thing. It's actually a mechanical, battery-operated record player with a completely mechanical diaphragm speaker in it. And it runs on, I think it's a C battery there. This was invented in 1968 by a guy called Walter Thiele, a German person who was an inventor, and he made a talking parrot for a restaurant chain, and made lots of these parrots. And the manager of the restaurant, or the head of the restaurant, decided that he didn't like the parrots after this Walter Thiele had made them for him. And Walter Thiele thought, for goodness sake. So what he did is he replaced the talking parrot sound in his little mechanical battery-operated record players with the sound of somebody laughing, and stuck it in a sock. And he invented a thing called the Lachsack. I think it's how it's pronounced, something like that. Laugh sack, laugh sock, laugh bag. So this was in 1968. And according to legend, the person laughing on here was actually a tax inspector from Nuremberg. Problem is, you can't switch it off once it's gone. Once the button's been pressed. Anyway, I've always quite liked this. It doesn't make me laugh, I have to say. But I remember when I was about 2, my granny gave me, well, she didn't give it to me, she had one of these, and sort of kept making it go off, and I was wondering what the hell it was. I got a feeling that my one originally it wasn't Bag of Joys, it was called Laughing Bag. But it's exactly the same thing, it's the same box. And I remember when I first got into sort of looking at old stuff, I was given the box eventually, and I took it to pieces to have a look and see how it worked. And then obviously I couldn't put it back together again, and it was broken. But what I did is I undid it, which I'll do in a second, and discovered that it was, in fact, there was a record, a tiny little record inside, with a little needle that is playing the laugh sound that's been recorded onto the disc. And then that is directly linked to the diaphragm, very like a gramophone. Yes, I took it to pieces, had a good look. I can't actually, I'll undo this in a minute, but I can't actually get to the record player part of it because I'm worried it might all fall to pieces if I try and pull it out. But I can certainly take the top bit off, and you can see the speaker section. And for those of you who are into Doctor Who and probably various other things, maybe some of the talking dolls of the 60s and 70s, they would have had a similar voice box in them. And I remember the 1970s Exterminating Dalek had a little record inside, and it was almost, I think, almost identical to this thing. So it would, and you press the button, it would say all the dialect phrases like "exterminate" and "bring me some lobster," and various other ones. And so let me just get a screwdriver, and I'll undo this and just show you. So there we have it. Here we see the speaker diaphragm that's connected directly to the stylus, and then what happens is when you press the button, it sets this is the motor, and it presses the button, sets the motor going, and there's a pulley inside that's pulling the disc, which you can't see, but it's under there, and it just pulls the disc around a bit like a belt drive record player or a tape recorder. So, and then you basically just press that. So there we have it, the Lachsack, or the Bag of Joys or Laughing Bag, as used by King Crimson in 1973, and as used by me in 1999. I did a wonderful album called Goat, and it was all about Alfred Lord Tennyson going a bit mad and trying to tame a wild horse. And at some point he walks into the chemist's and they give him some special medicine, and it makes him go all funny. And this is the song that he hears. Goodbye.